What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Command and Console. My name is Jason. Today I have some video game pickups I want to talk about. I don't have dedicated series for these systems, so I thought I didn't know whether we know where to put them, so I thought I'd just chuck them into a random video and let's talk about recent games I've picked up as of late. First pickup I've got this week, I got it for a really good deal. I paid £18 for this one. I'm not sure what the general price that this goes for, but I do want to collect every Resident Evil game that has ever come out on PlayStation consoles. So all the PS1 titles, all the PS2 titles, PS3, etc. You get the gist. I've pretty much completed the PS4 set, so I'm pretty happy about that. But just kick things off strong, I picked up the original Resident Evil on PlayStation. This is the Platinum Edition. It's complete in box. I paid £18. Hopefully that is a good price. It's in very good condition. The disc is immaculate. I'm really happy about how good the disc is. I don't care whether these are going to be platinum or not. It doesn't bother me too much. Do I plan to get the director's cut version of this? I kind of do, just to be a completionist of it. But the soundtrack is dreadful on that director's cut version, so it might be one I miss. But then again, it goes against my plan to collect every Resident Evil game that came out on PlayStation, so maybe it's one I need to get in the collection in the future. I have ordered a copy of Resident Evil 2 on PlayStation, but I'm a bit iffy about it. It's because I only paid like £2 for it. I don't know if I'm going to be scammed out of that £2. It's not really going to be Resident Evil. It might just be the discs on their own and no case and no manual, nothing. I don't know. There was no specifications on the eBay listing. It just had a stock image of Resident Evil 2 on PlayStation for £2. I'm just going to risk it, and if something turns up, great. If nothing turns up, I'll just get the refund. It's not a problem at all. But anyway, to start this off, my Resident Evil collection for PlayStation off strong, I thought let's grab the original Resident Evil. The next game is also another PS1 title. This game, I played this game to death as a kid. I remember just trying to get the best times and just beat my friends on it and like brag about, oh, I could do this in this amount of time. In primary school, I always used to brag about my new times and stuff like that. Your friends had to believe you by your word, technically, but loads of people would bullshit it, as you would do as a kid. But this game, I just remember playing this. This was like the #1 multiplayer game in the house. Used to absolutely adore this game. That game is Konami's International Track and Field. This game was so much fun. It was just the most button mashy, insanely hard game to hit, like, you know, get the gold medals and stuff. But I remember it being one of those kind of athletic kind of track and field games that I used to just play tons of as a kid. I picked this up for about £3 on eBay. It's in lovely condition. Just looking at that cover, man, that cover art is just nostalgia incarnate for me. Played it loads as a kid. This is the wonderful thing about PlayStation. There's going to be those tentpole games that everyone remembers playing as kids, especially if you grew up with the PlayStation. But everyone's nostalgia for PlayStation games is going to be so different, wildly different. And there's games on PlayStation for me that hit my nostalgic nerve that I don't think people know about or play. I think this is probably more remembered than most, but it still is quite an odd one for me to have such nostalgia for. Going around my friend's house, sticking this on, playing 2-player and seeing who can do the best bloody, 100-meter sprint, who could do the fastest, who could do the best, pole vault and all those kind of things. It was so much fun back in the day. It was a true multiplayer party game that I just played loads of, trying to get the best times and beat my friends, like I said. So much fun. So that's International Track and Field by Konami. Super happy to have this in the collection. There is a sequel that I never played, so maybe that might be one I might pick up in the future. But this one is just a complete nostalgia bomb for me. It's so much fun. Speaking of nostalgia, this game is super nostalgic to me. It's my favourite game in the franchise. It's going to surprise a lot of people because I missed out on the big one, and this is the one I checked out afterwards. It's Final Fantasy VIII. I never got onto the Final Fantasy craze when Final Fantasy VII came out. I didn't care at all. I think I played it a little bit around a friend's house and didn't like it for some reason. But the moment I picked this up, I don't know what made me pick up. I think it was just the artwork and the name. I think I remember, oh, people are going crazy about this. People are going crazy about these Final Fantasy games. I might as well get this one. So yeah, so I picked this one up back in the day, and it was kind of just like the opening with the water and the music just grabbed the shit out of me. That opening CGI cinematic absolutely blew my mind as a kid, and from that moment on, all the way to you're getting your like GFs, your Guardian Forces, and you're just leveling up and you're just grinding away. Squall and his like gun sword, everything about this game was it all clicked for me that Final Fantasy VII didn't. It's very strange when someone says to me your favourite Final Fantasy VIII will always be on the top of the pecking order for me, closely followed by Final Fantasy VI. I played that a lot later in life. Final Fantasy VI is fantastic as well, but yeah, this is my favourite. I got this super duper cheap. I think I paid about £4 for it. It's complete. All 4 discs are intact, manual. Super happy to have this. I know I could get this on modern systems, there's like a re-release and blah blah blah, but just owning this on PlayStation on the original hardware, it's just something, just you can't, that classic minimalistic artwork on the front cover. Yeah, it's just everything about this game is just nostalgia to me. My favourite Final Fantasy game. People may disagree, but you're allowed to. That's just you know, opinions, of course. But yeah, I loved this game back in the day. Yeah, it was just so much fun, grinding away, trying to be as powerful as possible before moving on to the next disc. I loved this game. It was awesome. Those are the PS1 games I picked up recently. Moving over to my brand new titles for PS5 that I picked up over the last week or so. Now, this the first game for PS5 is a remake of a game that came out and it was terrible. No one liked this remake, it was a mess. But since this PS5 re-release has come out, apparently it's fixed a lot of its problems and it plays more along the lines of the original 2003 game. I'm talking about a game called 13. This was dirt cheap, this was like £10 on PS5. It comes with this cool little slip cover with the logo on. And then you've got this kind of cool comic book-esque artwork inside there. Yeah, so I thought, you know what? I like the original quite a lot. Let's give this remake a go now that it's apparently been fixed. Let's hope it's been fixed. And if it hasn't, I only paid a tenner for it. I'm not losing out too much. So yeah, that is 13. Next up is a game that I remember when some of the first bunch of games were being announced for PS5. This game was just like really, I was like, a cutesy game on PS5? Come on guys, I want something a bit more real. This game has been knocked down in price so drastically that it was only £6. I've more warmed up to the idea of this game. Let's give it a shot. Because cutesy doesn't mean bad, right? I'm talking about Bug Snacks. This game sounds just really silly. I'm up for silliness. Let's give it a go for £6. What can really go wrong? I've heard that it's pretty fun, all things considered. So yeah, Bug Snacks was a game I had to pick up. I really like the artwork on the disc. It's like a donut, like a sugar strand donut. You know, Homer Simpson loves. Yeah, Bug Snacks. This next game I got dirt cheap on eBay. I think it was like £8. It is a game that I've wanted to check out for a while. It came out on PS4 and it also came out on Xbox as well. But for £8 on PS5, it's the enhanced edition. I thought, why not give it a shot? I love my horror games. This is like a sci-fi horror. So I'm on board. I love myself some sci-fi horror. So I picked up The Persistence. I know nothing about this game. All I know is that it's a first-person horror game and it's got big sci-fi element to it. But yeah, I thought £8, you know, it's brand new as well. I might as well pick it up and see how I feel about it. But yeah, that's The Persistence. Let me know if anyone's played this one. It did come out a few years ago on PS4 and Xbox One as well. But this is the enhanced version. So let's hope it's got nicer graphics and plays a bit nicer. But who knows? I've not played it before. But yeah, I'm never gonna, you know, scoff at a game that costs £8, especially when it's a PS5 game and it's sealed. It was sealed when I got it. Anyway, that's Persistence. The final game for this video is a game that everyone and their nan has been praising to death. I think it got Game of the Year. I think it came out like 2 years ago, so I think it got Game of the Year 2020. I think it was something like that. 2021. I forget what year it was. It came out, but it's by Supergiant Games. I do like procedural generated roguelike stuff to a point. Like I love Dead Cells. I think Dead Cells is fantastic. What a game that was. I like some Castlevania titles. So I thought, you know what, for £12 on eBay, I'm going to pick it up. This Hades. Yeah, apparently it's an indie darling at the moment. Like at the time when it came out anyway, everyone was raving about this one. It's got a really nice foil cover, which I really like. You've got to battle your way out of hell. It's a roguelike, so you're prepared to die. That's the whole name of the game with roguelikes, I suppose. You die, but you become more stronger as the next run. You're going to be more stronger, so you can last longer until you die again. Then you become even stronger. I like the loop. Dead Cells had a similar loop, and it was fucking great fun. So I'm hoping this one is going to be a similar along those lines, where the gameplay loop is just a fun part, and it just keeps making you want to do one more run. As these games tend to be like, Binding of Isaac was the same. It made you want to keep going and have another go. So I'm hoping this one has got that addictive gameplay loop that Dead Cells and Binding of Isaac had, because I love those games. So this one should be right up my street. It's really nice to see a game with a manual in 2023. You don't really see that very often, so I'm really nice to see that. But yeah, that's Hades, a game that got Game of the Year. Apparently, according to the front of the box, it earned over 50 Game of the Year awards. So this is already become like a favourite in the gaming lexicon. Let's hope I can enjoy it. But yeah, that's Hades. So that is it, guys. That is just a few of the random pickups I've picked up over the last few weeks. Didn't know where to put those in other videos, so I thought I'd make a dedicated video for them. Never underestimate eBay for some PS5 titles. Like I said, Hades was 12 quid. Persistence was 8 quid brand new. It was insane. Like, there's some crazy cheap PS5 games I'm noticing lately, and don't sleep on them, because I feel some of these are probably going to be not as cheap for so long. So yeah, anyway guys, let me know any and all of your opinions on these games down below, and as always, let's continue to build a games collection.